Okay, so thank you for joining Sangfor, the XDR webinar. So today, this is Aaron from Sangfor. So today we will talk about how to build a security operation center with Sangfor, the solution. So, because some of the partner, you're already the old friends of Sangfor. So, Sangfor, we are a cybersecurity vendor. We not only provide firewall and IAG, but also the EDR, NDR, XDR, and MDR. So last 2 weeks, we already presented MDR. So what is our managed security service? This session, we will talk about XDR. XDR is a extended detection and response. But maybe you heard about XDR, but it's not just like the CrowdStrike and so forth. Actually, our XDR is a platform-driven XDR. We start from a builder platform, not start from the EDR. So just like a Palo Alto, the Cortex XDR. So later I will explain what we can do and how to use the XDR to build a security operation center. Okay, that is our topic. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we are divided into 4 sessions. The first one is a security operation pinpoint. I will tell you why customer need XDR, why customer need to reconsider the security operation center. And the second thing is an introduction of our SecOps solution and the platform-driven XDR solution. Okay, and the third one is about the GPT. Everybody talk about open cloud, talk about AI, talk about everything related to the algorithms, talk about related to the agent. Yes, Sangfor, our XDR also fully embraced AI. And we will tell you how AI accelerated the whole security operation jobs in your daily job, in the daily operation. The final thing is about to understand the difference because there are so many vendors, they focus on the XDR, they highlight the XDR. But why Sangfor XDR matters? Why we are unique in the market? So we will tell you what is our difference. Okay, the first one is about pain point from the customer perspective. So I can tell you many of the organization uh, they don't have a SIM, but even they have SIM, they also suffer a lot. So I can tell you some of the common pain point. The first one is flooded with alerts. So, maybe there's a customer, they are using CrowdStrike, they are using the Trend Micro, they are using the 49 and Palo Alto. And every day when they sit on the chair and open the laptop and they are just logging to the 49 dashboard and the checkpoint dashboard, CrowdStrike dashboard, and every single dashboard just showcase single perspective. For example, CrowdStrike will only tell you what is the threats related to the endpoint. And for you log into 49, 49 tell you what is the threats originated from the network channel. So there are different angle, different alert system, and different prioritization. So how to form into one single visibility? That is a very hard to formulate. And another thing is that there's so many alerts. Different alerts represent different instance. So with one or two security analysts, how to analyze so many alerts from different vendor. So the first thing is flooded with alerts, alert fatigue. The second thing is you have different brands and different angle. For example, ransomware, when the ransomware happens, how to do the investigation, how to figure out the context. Do you really know who is attacking you? Why they are attacking you? And what is the attack surface you are opening? And what is the current outcome and how many server is already correct. So you need to have a capability of investigation, but from different product, they don't give you investigation. Even you purchase the IBM Curator, they don't give you a further investigation. You need to write a rule by your own. Okay. And the third one is about too many security products to manage. That is a workload. It's hard to manage. And if one or two person deal with 5 to 6 brands, it's become a very hard job to balance. And the final thing is a security personnel. I can tell the truth. if there is a 500 people, the organization, so how many security analysts they will equipped? Based on my experience, only one or two, and even they are not a dedicated job. They are part-time job from the network department. So lack of capability, lack of skill, and so many workload. So that is a current pain point in the security team. Okay, how to balance it? The answer is very simple. Sangfor our value proposition tell you three things. The first thing is efficiency. Efficiency means we give you the product, not heavily rely on the people, but we give you the AI engine to accelerate and automatically to detect and do the automatically response. That is high efficiency. The second thing is a sustainable evolution. So how to understand sustainable? Sangfor as a vendor, we have EDR, we have NDR, and we also have MDR. So today the major role is the XDR, right? So our XDR can talk with the EDR, collect the data from the EDR, and talk with the firewall and the NDR, collect the data from firewall and NDR. So we are a self-sustainable ecosystem, and we also have a threat intelligence. So with the threat intelligence and our own components with the XDR platform, we can self-grow, and that is sustainable evolution. And the third one is about tailored security care. So, we provide a service. So maybe you say, I have 100 server. So Sangfor, can you take care of 50 or 60? I want to outsource some of the security job to you. Yes, we can, according to your customer requirement, to tailor our security care and build the SLA. Okay, that is our secure operation value proposition. Okay, and when talking about SOC and building a secure operation center, what we need to consider, I think the three layer is very important. The first one is if their customer build security from scratch or they want to enhance, the first thing they need to purchase some fundamental product or enhance, replace with another detection and response product. The first thing, firewall, and also the EDR, EPP, cover the network, cover the endpoint. Also, they need to talk about how to analyze the traffic because attacker in the server farm, they want to from server A to server B, from server B to your office, the network. So it's very hard to analyze the east to west attack, east to west traffic analysis. So firewall cannot do. Firewall do the outside parameter protection, but NDR can analyze the internal traffic and to give you what is happens, the east to west attack and the command control connection. Yeah, so that is more granular and in the internal side. Okay, and that is a fundamental components. The second tier is about platform. You have the network firewall, you have the EDR, you have the NDR. So all the data synchronized to the XDR. XDR will collect the data and analyze the data in the data lake. And with our AI engine and the different algorithms, we can detect and form the single visibility. And also with our SOAR to do the automatically response. That is our platform driven the XDR. Okay, and the third tier is considering some customer, they don't have people, they don't have knowledge. I'm not saying they don't have any knowledge, just not enough to against the attackers. So knowledge, skill, and also the manpower. If they are lacking some of these elements, which means the customer, you'd better to have some service. So components, platform, and service become a comprehensive the SOC solution that Sangfor can provide. And AI is also our secret weapon. We have different agents to deal with the secure operation, leverage efficiency, and also anti-phishing GPT to detect the phishing email. And also there's a detection GPT to detect and lower the false positive. Okay, and here's a basic diagram. And there's a internet, and there's our firewall, there's a router, there's a call switch, and a call switch connected to the office, connect to the data center, and there's a people, there's a customer people. Okay, so threats will go through the firewall. Firewall capture, there's a network malicious connection, and the threats comes in. Uh, and they will go through the maybe there's some employee they are clicking the malicious link of the email, and the malicious content will go through the switches and comes here, and our EDR will capture it. And if the ransomware is hidden properly, and they do the lateral movement from here to the data center, and SDA will capture the traffic, and SDA as a network sensor, and firewall as a network parameter protection the device, and also the EDR capture the malicious process and the IP connection. So they all synchronize their own data and context to the XDR. So XDR form the single visibility. They will know everything. So the customer IT admin or security admin log into the XDR, get everything, get the security instance. They will know what is happens. And if the security people not enough, we also have we can provide previously we called it cyber guardian, but now it's called Athena MDR service, which means our expert can deal with for customer about every single detail happens in the detection, in terms of detection and also the response. Okay. So the ransomware is trying to lateral movement, but we capture it. Okay, so later I will talk about our XDR. XDR is a holistic platform covering every detail, every function in the security operation. I tell you, we can divide it into 6 parts. The first part is the data injection. You may have a question. You mentioned the EDR and the NDR and the firewall, but if I'm using the Palo Alto, I'm using the Fortinet, can you collect the data? The answer is yes. We can do the data injection. But to be honest, we highly focus on recommend that you use our own EDR and the network sensor. Why? Because we can fine tune our indicator from the endpoint level and network level, indicator compromise, indicator attack. So which means the data generated from Sangfor product is already fine-tuned and give you the best quality of the data. But third party, we just do the standardized logs, but maybe sometimes it's not very accurate enough, the third-party data. Okay, third-party data we support, and we have sustainable ecosystem from EDR, NDR, synchronized to XDR. Okay, and the third one is a SIEM. Some people say, I just want to fulfill the compliance of the ISO 27001, and I just want to you to show logs in your dashboard. The answer is we can support the SIEM feature, and we can collect logs, we can show the logs, we can parsing the logs and filter logs. And if the regulator comes to your office and they want to check, have you fulfilled the items of the cybersecurity law? The answer is yes. You open our XDR and show the logs, and that is SIEM feature we can support. And the fourth one is a SOAR. So how to understand SOAR? SOAR is a security orchestration automation response. So from the name, you will know it's about to do response. So we can use the playbook to give you the automatically response. Okay, later I will dive into the details. The fifth part is about ticketing system. Some of the partner, some of the customer, they have the ITSM like a Jira, and they have ticketing system. But some of the customer, they don't have a ticketing system. If the security finds some threats, they need to launch a ticket to the server team or the laptop, the help desk, the team. So you can use our built-in ticketing system to launch a ticket, like the server team to give a credential, so you can analyze the server. Okay, that is ticketing system. The final thing is reports. So you can customize the reports according to your security awareness. For example, you just want to uh, have a instant angle or the access angle. You can customize the report and output the reports on your own. Okay, the first part is about the collaboration pinpoint and our architecture. The second part, I will talk about our solution main function. Okay, divided, I think 8 part. I will tell it one by one, but not very not very long. Okay, the first one is the data ingestion. So third-party data from the raw log, and we will do the parsing, and we will normalize the logs into single standards. And with our native device data, all the data go to the log streaming and go to the log storage, and we can display the data with our dashboard. And we also have a detection engine. So once we collect all the logs, we will go to the second layer to detect and correlate to find what is the threat happening. Okay, and about the parsing, this part is very important because some customer ask, can you support this Fortinet and that Palo Alto? The answer is yes, but why? Why we can support? The first thing, we have rule-based parsing engine, which means according to different rule, we can collect the different logs and with a different queue from the email to the cloud to the network to the endpoint, and we set the rule-based parsing engine. And the second is our AI parsing, which means according to the same some logs, they represent one thing, so we just condense into one single logs, but we are do the standardization. And third one is operating GPT parsing, which means if the logs is too many dimension, we will also connect it to our Dubai local data center and using the operation GPT parsing engine. So we can use it more calculation to parsing the logs. If the logs is too much and from different brands and different dimension, we will do that. So we have 3 layer to do the parsing and enhance the capability. Okay, and the second one is a correlation analysis. So how to understand correlation? This part is very important because we standardize the different logs into one single standard. So, but what we cover, what we are highlighting, we're highlighting the endpoint and the network, the two angle. The operation GPT available, yeah, only available on the cloud, not available on a native device. So our SaaS XDR, we have two deployment model. The first one is a SaaS XDR. The second one is the on-premise XDR. On-premise one, if you are using our hardware-based XDR, so you need to request the capability from the operation GPT to the parsing. But local parsing and the AI parsing is enough. Trust me, because only maybe 3% of the logs that we are not familiar, so we will transmit to the operation GPT engine. Okay, but if you are using our SaaS XDR, I think they are in the same different tenant, but in the single cloud, so it's very easy to get the answer. Okay, and talking about correlation, what do we correlate? So we are focusing on the 2 dimension, endpoint and network. So endpoint from our EDR, network from our NDR and firewall. And we also focus on the network plus network and third-party network devices and our native devices. So the logic is very interesting because if you log in the website and you connect to other device, it's a weak indicator and a weak indicator. If you look at it separately, they are just a normal action, normal operation. But if there's access to your website 1 minute with 10 times, so it's already it's not very weak, and we combine different weak indicator into one strong indicator, and from strong indicator to strong indicator, we will allocate, oh, there's a threat. We need to focus and give different priority. That is our correlation. So using this kind of method with a different time frame, different frequency, and different people, sorry, and we give you strong signal to exemplify there is a instance that you need to handle. Okay, so with our correlation and parsing, so the outcome is that we can further reduce the noise because so many logs that is no use. So many logs there is a pure noise. So what we can do from the millions of logs to we will reduce the not useful logs to and correlate to thousands of alerts from thousands of alerts into maybe just a single number of the instance. So your people deal with the limited indicates instance. So you can just optimize and resolve the security issue one by one. So that is way you can enhance your security operation. But with our engine, or you don't need to look at the logs. You don't need to look at the alerts. You just look at the instance. We reduce the noise, 99% noise handled by Sangfor device. So you only need to deal with single number of the instance. Okay, 5 minutes to detect the threats, 5 seconds to respond the threats. That is what we can do. Okay, and the third part is about detection capability. So how to understand detection? So we cover the whole life cycle. For example, pre-attack, what we will do? We will do the asset inventory management, form the inventory, covering your server, covering your laptop. And we also have the vulnerability management, like big password, and like some of the vulnerabilities from network, from endpoint. And we also will analyze some unauthorized access based on ACL and based on the IP cannot connect to internet, but they are connecting all the time. And risky ports and privilege. That is something we will do in the pre-attack phase. And during attack, we will use our customizable detection rules to match the faster way to match the known threats. And for some unknown threats, we will combine with our threat intelligence and the indicator of attack, indicator compromise, and also the AI engine, semantic the detection. Okay, and after attack phase, we will block the command and the control connection. For example, ransomware, they are trying to form a channel to the internet and steal your data and transmit it to the outside. But we will using the dynamic domain algorithms to detect the command and control, and with our UEBA algorithms, we will block the malicious connection and drill down to the endpoint to kill the process. So out of phase, we are using this. We are using our XDR to resolve the issue. Okay, and we also provide based on the different time frame. For example, we give you the time story. The attacker, maybe they hide for many days and from the weeks to month, but we will capture it and just record it to our historical database. And with a very large time frame, we can capture it, not just the days, not just the weeks, but maybe several months. We can detect according to the time frame. Okay, and the interesting part is that when you suffer the ransomware, you want to know who is attacking me, what is the consequence I'm suffering. So we give you the investigation. So there's an investigation chain, which means the hacker, we located that there is a malicious process, and they are trying to inject a malicious code to some system process. And the system process, they launch different tasks and form different threat. For example, some of the process, they are trying to collect a credential from the operating system, and they are trying to launch the port scanning, and so many things just to do it simultaneously or sequential way. We will with our algorithms to detect to collect the telemetry data and form the single visibility. That is our way to do the investigation. Okay, and the fourth part is about response. Uh, we have three ways to do the response. The first way is that if you are using Sangfor EDR and Sangfor firewall, because they are fine-tuned with our XDR, so we can do the auto containment, which means we find that there's a threat. We will tell the firewall to block the IP, block the domain name, and we will tell the EDR to kill the process, to quarantine the malicious file, and just scan the directory. So that is auto containment we can do. And the second thing is a playbook. So, we can provide the playbook in the left part. So, with our, what you drag, what you get in our canvas, you can just develop according to your requirement. For example, you say, there's a website I don't want someone to access. If they access more than 3 times, I will block the IP and throw it to the blacklist. It's okay. So even you say if there is an IP from some sort of country and more than many times, I will block this country. You can do whatever you want in this canvas, just drag and according to your requirement. Okay, that is our playbook. And the final thing is about if you say I don't want to automatically resolve you block the IP because I want to check. So you can use the business as first priority, which means the IP you want to further check, you want to resolve by your own. So we just doing the monitoring. We're not doing the block automatically. So we just give you evidence and give a recommendation. You can also by your own to resolve the issue. Okay, and the fifth part is about the cloud and email. So how to understand this? Some customer, their assets are on the Google Cloud, Amazon Cloud, and they are using the Microsoft email. Okay, so on the cloud part, what we can do is a CSPM. We can support like Azure, Google, and there's the mainframe, major state, the cloud vendor. And our EDR can also install in the cloud assets. And we SDA also collect the cloud traffic. Okay, so we just wire the cloud API because the cloud vendor, the API is open to, is very openness to get. So what we can do in our SDR? We will form the cloud assets topology, which means they have different container, different work nodes. So and we just form the topology to let you know how many cloud assets you have, and then we will tell you what threats we can identify. Like there's alerts like suspicious access via automated tool. So we have different database to cover the cloud threats. Okay, and there is some risk analysis, and there is some exposure related, and there is some misconfiguration related. So the major function, what we can do is we will check your configuration on the cloud assets because the most risk in the cloud is that some admin they are not configured the cloud assets properly. So that is why CSPM is very popular. Okay, so we will cover the different assets like storage, SQL Server, and also the gateway and some of the container and the work nodes. So we cover the different objectives and we capture the configuration and with the based on the some best practice like ISO 27001 and CSA benchmark. So we can give you the outcome, what is happens in your cloud assets. Okay. And if you are focusing on the identity, we can also use our identity detection and response engine to detect your account security. For example, there are some accounts is abnormal login to your server and different location, abnormal login time. abnormal and actions. So we can capture it and say, this account, this user is malicious and is dangerous. So we will cancel their account or block their account. That is our identity security. Okay, and about email security. So we cannot provide the full-fledged the email security solution, but I think one of the most important thing is phishing email. So we provide a phishing email capability in our XDR. So we check the email body, the links, the QR code, attachment. So what we can do? We will use our algorithms like natural large language model and also thought chain analysis. We can capture is a phishing email or not. Okay, some of the methods maybe they are sending you the email with a try to act like a CEO and also like a formal announcement, and we can use our semantic the engine to capture it, whether it's a malicious, it's a phishing email or not, because we can based on the words to find the similarity. The second thing is a QR code. We can scan the QR code, just like Sandbox. We can do it in front of instead of you, and and we can execute scan the QR code in advance, and we find the QR code is malicious or not. They are releasing some file or not. They are executing a connection or not. So we can do the QR-based threat judgment. And the third one is if some of the attachment they are encrypted, and but the password is in the email, so we can load the password and check the attachment, the content to find is a email, phishing email or not. Okay, so we have so many ways to mitigate the threats. Like we can delete the email immediately. We can move to the trash bin, and we can add a prefix subject in front of the email header, and we can give another email notification. Okay, so someone asking in the chat box, side column. So Operation GPT, we are planning to have on-premise version, but currently not. Our advantage, our recommendation this year is that if you have XDR project, I suggest that you use the SaaS XDR solution. The answer is very easy. They can acquire sufficient capability from the cloud. And we can also configuration, deployment, and it's very easy. So if you have project, let's case by case to resolve the issue. It's not a problem. It's not an obstacle. I can tell you, Michael. Okay, so goes back to our anti-phishing email, anti-phishing GPT. So we can delete, we can move, we can add a prefix in front of the email, and we can also give the notification. Okay, the sixth part is about SecOps platform. You know, some customer may say, do you support the party? As I mentioned previously, when talking about this cooperation, I think three major parts we can highlight. The first one is the data injection. So third-party data and our Sangfor own native device all connect to the XDR. So XDR can get all the data. And we also, with our detection, and we can do the automatically response. And if you are using Sangfor product, we can do the auto containment. If you are using the third party, for example, you want a Palo Alto to block the IP. You want a Sophos to kill the process. Yes, we can do. So we just collect the third-party API, connect to our XDR. So we can use the API to fully access the device and provide based the API, we can block the IP, quarantine the file. Okay, that is the data collection, parsing, correlation, and the second part is about detection, and with AI to give a visibility, and the third one is a response. Yes. So all the process is covered with our product. And also we open to the third party. If the customer have a ticketing system, we can connect to their ticketing system. If the customer don't have, we have built-in ticketing system. And if customer already have the SIM, we can give our XDR data to the SIM. If customer don't have a SIM, actually XDR also have the SIM feature. We can cover the SIM. Okay, and the seventh part is about operation, the report. So we have the report according to different angle, like access angle, instance angle, and the alerts angle, vulnerability angle. So you can just customize the report on your own. And we also have a ticketing system. I mentioned a lot. You can form your security process according to our product. Okay. And okay, the second part about our Sangfor, the major feature, SecOps XDR feature is already finished. The third part, I want to tell you something about the GPT, the AI. Sangfor have the security experts and also the AI experts. So we also work with DeepSeek. You know, last year there's a DeepSeek moment. Actually, we also connect the different AI engine. We have our own security data for many years, for more than 20 years, and we have a large language model. We also develop our own the field AI, which means we are using AI to train our security data. So we have the people, we have the calculation, we have the data, and also the engine. We can form our security GPT and divide it into different AI agents. So the first AI agents doing the false positive. The second AI agent doing the phishing email checking. And third one is give you the visibility, do the parsing, and also detect and with the natural language will tell you what happens. So let's give you an example of what's the operation GPT will tell you. You click an instance, there will be robot to do the general summary, what is happens, and give you the root cause analysis in the right words. And also correlated process we will showcase under the instance. And also how many assets is involved in the instance, we will tell you. And also we will do the response. For example, you want some third party to block the IP or use our own. Yes, we can all support. Oh, okay. The final part is about understand our difference. So how to understand our difference? So for example, you are using the SIM. You need to invest the SIM and hire 3 to 5 security analysts to write the rule to fine-tune the policy. That is traditional way. It's a traditional car. But you know, currently there's a self-driving car and XDR can do automatically with AI. So previously you collect the data, you analyze with your own security analyst. Now, no need. Just one person to check our security instance is enough. So it's more like a self-driving car. And other people, they can focus on the business, don't focus on the security because security, the XDR will handle already. I think everything is already handled by XDR. Only one security guy, just a check and do some daily operation. Okay. And the third one is Uber service. If the customer say, I just want to enjoy your security service. I don't want to manage by my own. So everything's outsourced to you. Is that okay? In terms of detection and response, the answer is yes. But we will not allocate one person sit in your office. So which means we can remotely use our expert resources to detect your device and give a report and give you unlimited IR service and the detection capability. That is Uber service. Okay. And using XDR, how to enhance the efficiency? I can give you some number. So previously they are using the SIM. They have 5 people, but now using XDR, just 1 people. Previously they are doing the instant response. They need to drill down to different devices to check 7 to 8 hours, but now only 30 minutes, even just a minutes level. And previously they write a report about 1 week. Now just 5 minutes. Okay. So, and our XDR can be cloud deployment, and also can be hardware based, which means you can buy our SaaS XDR or on-premise XDR, and we can connect our own device and a third-party device, and covering the HQ and some different branches. If you are a conglomerate and you have so many subsidiary, we can cover all the corner. Okay, and we also have a service and a service team and service infrastructure to have you deal with every detail. Okay, the final page, we just highlight our advantage. All-in-one design. XDR cover not only SIEM, but also the SOAR and also the XDR and collect, and we can do the automatically collect the data and response. Okay, and Security GPT, with our AI, we can use the natural language to tell you what happens. And we are open to third party. And we also cover the email security and phishing email, cloud, third party. Okay, and it's very flexible to deploy. If you are using SaaS, I think 3 days to onboard is enough. On-premise, just around 1 week or 2 weeks is also enough. Yes. And everything, once you configure properly, and it will run automatically. And you just check the instance. Okay, that is today's session about XDR, how to use XDR to build a secure operation center. If you want further technical detail and our FAE team, maybe we can connect you. You can feedback to me and we can connect you to the further training. Do you have some questions about my part? Love to have a technical detail about implementation of XDR. Okay, so after the session, I will like the team to connect you. We will do that. At Munir, we need a material presentation to deep dive. It's okay. So I will send the material to our team. Security GPT currently only cloud-based. On-premise is currently from the HQ perspective is not ready. The strategy this year is that we want to combine the security GPT with our SaaS XDR. So SaaS as the first preference. So that is why we not design the security GPT on-premise version. But if you have some projects and you want a security GPT version, I think we can support and customize for you. Because all the data, we can also train the native AI and the local AI, no problem. But from the official release version, we are not providing the security GPT on-premise version now. The agent, we have 2 types of agents. The first agent is called EDR. As I mentioned, the XDR rely on the native device of Sangfor EDR. EDR is an agent, but EDR is not quite big, and they can collect the data from directory, from registry, from the file. Yeah, so that is first type of agent, and it's EDR. The second type of agent is SDA. It's a network sensor connected to the core switch, and you need to configure your switch in the mirror mode, and which means all the traffic and go through the core switch, and can also mirror to our SDA. SDA, we will analyze all the traffic. There's a second type of agents. And for the third party, we are using the JDBC, ODBC, syslog, and no need the agents. Okay, about the mechanism of SDA and firewall. Let me just go back to one slide. So the first question is that how SDA and firewall works with the XDR. So this SDA connect to the core switch, and SDA just find the mirror the traffic. We analyze traffic and give the answer to XDR. That is how SDA works. We need to connect to the mirror port of the core switch. And firewall firewall just deploy outside parameter within as a router mode, working under the router mode, and we can capture the IP port protocol. And if we find that there is some, we just periodically and send the security logs to the XDR. So that is how SDA and firewall synchronize with SDR. And Omni command is Omni command and XDR is the same thing, but previously we call it last year we call it the Omni command, and after that we already changed our branding name, and the prefix is Athena. So now you talk about the XDR, we call it the Athena XDR. You talk about EPP, we call it Athena EPP. You talk about firewall, it's Athena NGFW. So we already changed the brand name to Athena as a prefix. So Omni command, the cyber command, this kind of words is old times. Yeah, just to give you some, there will be a difference. Yeah, anti-DDoS, yes. If you have the anti-DDoS and the WAF and some of the anti-boot, this kind of device, we can also collect your security logs, and you just open your syslog and we can collect. Yeah, we can support. Yes, we integrate with Huawei firewall. Huawei is also in Shenzhen. Sangfor is in Shenzhen. Even the CEO have the WeChat each other. We can support the Huawei firewall. Okay, guys. If you have some other questions, you can reach out to any single the Sangfor member, and maybe sales, maybe Ahmad Ali, maybe me. You can also send to me, Aaron. And further training, and I think we will launch and in the future, not far future, just I think after Ramadan, the holiday next week. So the 1 week later, so we can have some training and connect to you. Okay. Thank you for joining the Sangfor XDR webinar and how to build a security operation center with Sangfor XDR. So I hope you'll get a lot in this session. Thank you. Thank you for joining.